All right, Jonathan Savares.
Hafaday, thank you for allowing me to speak. My name is Jonathan Savares. I'm a U.S. Army combat veteran who suffers from PTSD, TBI, chronic pain, amongst other conditions. I'm also a father, a husband, a student, a medical cannabis patient, and advocate here on Guam. I would like to bring up some concerns that I've heard from patients. 3 of them specifically. Number 1, the cost and supply. Currently, looking at what's going on with the legalization in California, there's a rising cost that's affecting medical cannabis patients. That is something that I do not want to see happen here. And the patients that I've been speaking to do not want to see that happen here. This is a medicine, and people actually need it. We do not want to inflate the cost for patients who actually have a need versus a want. Also, the lack of supply. When I was in Washington State waiting on my retirement orders, and when the legalization happened, and dispensaries ran out of medicine. Can you imagine hearing about people running out of medicine that they need and didn't have safe access to? That's a problem. Number 2, the lack of awareness of patients suffering, who are suffering. There's a scenario that's always talked about a doctor and a patient. The doctor comes in and tells a cancer patient that there's not much more we can do. Here, at least here, you know, there's no further treatment available. The patient asks, what are their options? And because that patient is suffering, there's an actual element, there's issues that need to be addressed, the pain, the agony that patient is going through. But not to be given an option. And that's what has been happening. This option of certifying a patient has not been given. Is not readily available through providers. The information just isn't clear. We need to clarify that information to the doctors. We need to help educate our patients who are suffering through with conditions. Number 3, support. No patient can currently go to a doctor and get sound advice about cannabis, about dosing, how to medicate, the difference between medicating and recreational use. There's a huge difference that's not being talked about. The difference between THC and CBD, or CBD that's hemp-derived. Overdoses, how to counter a THC overdose. Literally, we sell that over the counter right now. It's federally legal via the Farm Bill of 2018. No current bill addresses these issues. I am proud to say that I am the co-founder of the Guam Legal Movement. We are a patient-focused movement that currently offers support for medical cannabis patients here on Guam. We had our first meeting on the 22nd of February, which was mostly comprised of combat veterans. Please follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at Guam Legal Movement. If any patients have any issues and would like to learn more, or potential patients, we are here for them. There hasn't been much support for these patients. And this bill has not addressed some support. No bill has addressed support for patients. In closing, Senator Ridgell, I would like to thank you for the introduction of this bill. It brings us closer to getting people medicine. I would like to close with this note. As long as we place patients first and always place patients in our hearts, we will win. We will win. It's been a rough journey for me. 2+ years that I've been certified on this island. And I haven't had actual access to safe medicine. That's a huge problem. I thank you guys. I will be here in the afternoon. I'm taking notes just as Augie, Mr. Fest, and I'll probably have a rebuttal for some of these arguments. Senator Ridgell, thank you for standing up for some of these things that are being said. And you guys have a great day.
Thank you, Mr. Savares.